aka Best Bail Bonds. Big game coverage live from Las Vegas. Powered by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, Synergenics, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
But it is the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is RJ Ochoa, the managing editor of Blogging the Boys. I'm Rob Thompson, the bespectacled and lost professor, and he is Jordan Fuller, safety with your Los Angeles Rams. Welcome aboard, man. We're glad you're here.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me.
First thoughts on Vegas. I'm not like in general, but just what's going on right now. Is it overwhelming? Is it cool? What are you feeling?
It's a bit overwhelming, but I'm glad I have a good team around me. They kind of just tell me where to be at what times, and I kind of just focus on that.
Do they like feed you? Like, are you like a little kid again? You know what I mean? Like holding your hand and walking you through?
Low key, I do kind of feel like that. They did give me breakfast this morning. Like
I will say Libby is the best, so you're in the best hands possible. So
sure.
you're good to go.
Have you ever done a radio row like this? Ever been in the media like this? In the car wash?
I guess kind of like Big Ten Media Days.
Yeah.
I did that one time.
Close.
Yeah, so something like that.
And coming out of Ohio State, you're kind of used to big-time sports, so you know it's nothing
Something
new
like
to you.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
So we cover the Cowboys a lot, and I was terrified of the Rams. I was really worried that the Rams were going to be the 7th seed, that it was going to fall that way. It obviously didn't work out for the Cowboys. We'll have to talk about that. But this was such a cool season for the Rams. I feel like it was the first real challenge for Sean McVay. I think a lot of people kind of jol out, and it was such a cool thing to watch it kind of build and grow. Not that it was cool that Cooper Kupp got hurt, but to see like these new things and these new players and characters rise.
Yeah, I think this season was super, super special. To me, and I just know a lot of people in the facility, just from being counted out. I think some people predicted we would win like 3 or 4 games the whole year, but we kind of just knew who we had, and we had to just put the pieces together and just continue to work. And that's what I was really like the most proud of, even after like starting the year 3-6, where we could have maybe like listened to that outside noise or whatever, but finished the rest of the regular season like 7-1, so that was really cool for sure.
Jordan, it's interesting. Most of the guys we talk to as the season's done, you're asking them questions about the failure. Why are you talking to us instead of getting ready to play on Sunday, kind of stuff. But with you guys, the way that the season ended, do you look at last year like it was a success, even though it ended not sooner than you might have thought? But considering where you started, it was one of the best turnarounds in the league this year.
Yeah, I definitely think you could take a whole bunch of positives from this season.
Not a success.
I think it was a successful season, but of course you're not happy at the end of the year when you lose. So it's tough, but of course I'm gonna remember last year for the rest of my life for sure. Just the people I was able to do it with, and just the whole journey of it all. So yeah.
Did you watch the national championship game, or was it? Yeah, could you not? I know that's tough.
I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
So I've known
I watched some of it.
So like, this would bother me. I'm weird. I like to pretend like what it would be like if I was a professional athlete. I would feel like I don't want to share a stadium with Jim Harbaugh. You know what I mean? Like that would bother me. Like, has that thought entered your mind, or am I the first person to put it there?
I think you're the first person to put it there. For sure.
Did I ruin it for you? Like,
no, you didn't. I'm pretty good at separating.
Oh my gosh! Look at these hats. This was a total accident over here. Look at this guy's hat.
Oh wow! Well, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? That's crazy.
That was a Michigan hat for anyone who couldn't see.
A Team Up North hat.
Team Up North. All right, so I was going to say I've known some people who went to Ohio State. Actually, before I go there, it annoys me when people do the V thing. Like, get your own thing. Like, that's yours. Like, stop doing it. Like, you can't be like the Grambling. It sounds so silly.
For sure. Yeah. It's funny, like when I tell people I go to Ohio State, they say it for me. Oh, the. So, I mean, it's self-explanatory at this point.
So along those lines, like I said, I had some friends who went there, and they said that when they're in high school and they would get recruitment letters or whatever from the school up north, that they would like grab it with tongs, and they would, they didn't even want to. Well, their families were Buckeyes. Some of it's a little different, but like, were you ever on that level, or did you just kind of get into it during the week of the game?
No, it starts once you commit, and then for sure, like once you step foot on campus, then you realize it's like a real thing, and then you don't really truly understand it probably until you go through it once, like understand what the rivalry is. But yeah, I don't like those guys.
Coming out of a school like that, though, the prep and getting ready to be a pro, there are very few schools that can do what they did for you. When it came down to state, who else was in consideration?
The team up north. Like, honestly,
really?
that was my top 2 schools.
Really?
So that it's funny how it kind of went like that.
Is that common? I mean, or like when you known a lot of your teammates or friends past prior that it comes down to those 2 specifically?
Those 2 specifically, I know it does happen just because, like, it's Big Ten, like, kind of like, so it's like guys from the same region, like, usually, like, are getting recruited by those schools. But I don't think it's, like, all the time.
So are you excited now for Big Ten football? Or like USC, Ohio State, like you ready for the new? That's got to be weird. I'm sorry, it's strange.
No, it definitely will be weird, but it's cool because my brother went to UCLA, so I like, those conferences kind of joining up a little bit,
And they'll be coming to LA to play.
Right, which is cool too, which is definitely cool.
So you are a professional athlete and kind of have been since college. Obviously, not everyone goes through that. So you've learned how to take care of yourself. You've learned both on and off the field. Sleep number is a big part of that process.
Yeah. No, sleep number is a huge part of that process. I've always like paid attention to my sleep and try to get, around like 7-8 hours of sleep. But even just having the bed and it giving you your sleep number, IQ score, and stuff like that every single day, it kind of just automatically bumped up my sleep. Because I'm able to track my data and like I know like I'm able to keep track of certain factors that went into me sleeping well and not sleeping well. So it's cool.
We our show is 6 to 10 a.m. Central, so this sucks. And I feel terrible. I have to imagine I would feel better if I was on a sleep number bed right now.
No, definitely. And
What's your number?
40.
Wow.
40. Yeah.
A little softer than I'm accustomed to. That's a young man's back there.
But sometimes it depends on the day. Sometimes I'll bump it up.
How long was it before the end of the season before you felt normal? Or do you feel normal yet? Are you healthy, feeling no pain, everything over? Or are you still little ouches when you wake up?
It's not really – it's not crazy ouches, but you still feel like certain things from the season. It's – our sport is rough.
It is rough. So there is a season for everything. So – obviously, you're taking some time off, getting your body right. When do you start getting ready for the next year? The extra stuff. You're staying in shape now, but the extra, this is season stuff. Is there a date, or is it just you feel like it's time?
Usually around like the first week or 2 of March, I'll like start ramping it up a little bit as far as like my training and getting ready for OTAs and stuff.
Do you work out at home, or do you have a crew that you go someplace with some of your fellas, some of the dudes that you grew up with?
Well, it depends on the year. This past year, I was training at the Rams facility. So, yeah, it was cool. They have great trainers over there. So that's what's been.
We've been joking about the time zone. I just did it, and nobody laughed, and that's okay. But when you had to adjust, it's weird. Like, if you watch live television or something, like if you watch football, like I have to imagine if you guys play an early game and you want to watch Sunday Night Football, it's weird that it's on at 5 o'clock.
No, it's definitely weird. And also, because I grew up on the East Coast in Jersey, so, like, games used to always start at 1 p.m. or whatever, like, in the NFL. But now they start at 10 a.m. It's crazy.
Yeah, nobody likes that. Like, and I bet your family that wants to talk on the phone, you're like, now? Like I just woke up.
Yeah, but also, like, it might be, like, 7 or 8 p.m., and then I'm like, oh, let me call somebody. But it's like, it's late. You know what I mean?
And so, just getting ready to play at a different time that you grew up doing. I've always found that was hard. 10 a.m. starts I can't get my body going that early.
For sure. That is tough. But one thing I do like about away games on the East Coast when you'll be playing at 10 a.m. for your body clock. Yeah, but it's like I do enjoy the waking up and just getting ready to play. Like sometimes I don't like waking up and having to just wait, So I like having to like get up, let's get to it.
Something I'm always curious about when the season ends, I don't know exactly how it works, but you get, as I understand, an option to buy your helmet or keep this or that or whatever. Did you keep anything from this season?
I already had helmets from other seasons. It would just be like basically a replica, so I'm like, I'll keep that. But I always keep jerseys from every year, for sure.
Whose jerseys did you get this year?
Shoot, I got a bunch of, so.
Every game, get somebody's?
No, not every game, but.
Is there somebody you had to get? Like, you're like, hey, man, this is a good trade.
They're all always like close friends or like guys I've crossed paths with. So guys from Ohio State or guys that like I played with on the Rams and stuff like that are in different places now. So it's always stuff like that.
Who's your all-time favorite Buckeye? Because I imagine once you picked, you learned some history. You obviously grew up watching them as well. Big Ten country. It could be someone you played with, or maybe someone that's come since. There's a lot of options, obviously. You can't say yourself though. That's the only thing.
I guess I have two. My top two are like the safeties that were starting my freshman year. My freshman year.
Malcolm Jenkins or something.
Well, it's so hard to choose. There's so many good options. Of course, like Malcolm's great. Plus, he's from Jersey, so I like him too. But I like Damon Webb and Malik Hooker. They were starting at safety like when I first got to school, and I just picked so much up from them and like really like looked up to them a whole lot. So I would say those are my two. Like
we covered the Cowboys, and it was really cool to see Malik's career have a resurgence with Dallas, obviously. And he got the extension last year. He's going to be a bigger part of the team this coming season. The NFL, it's a ride. I mean, some highs, some lows. You got to be ready, and that's professional, enterprise work, no matter what field of work you're in.
That's life in general. Like, no matter what, adversity is going to hit. It's just about how you respond and stuff like that. And obviously, he's been responding great, which I'm not surprised about.
Last one for you. We know you're really busy. We've been asking people, you're obviously going to get back to training, but what's something non-football related that you want to do this offseason? It could be a trip you want to take, a hobby you want to pick up, a movie you want to watch, or something like what's on your list?
But really, I've been getting into music some, so I enjoy doing that.
Like making
like
music?
performing, recording?
I just record myself if I have to, it's low key right now. People don't know about it, but you guys are the first people I'm telling. But
see, I broke the idea of Harbaugh in the same stadium to you. You told us we're blood brothers now.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
He's Jordan Fuller. He is a Ram. He's with us. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Young brothers, appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Best of luck to you, man.
Sir.
Best
Thank
of luck.
You too.
AA Best Bail Bonds. Big game coverage live from Las Vegas. Powered by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, Synergenics, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.